Charles, what does it mean to you to hear Aaron Rodgers say you are the best player he's ever played with?
Well, one, that means a great deal, because we know what A-Rod is to the game right now. You look at Mahomes, A-Rod, those guys they're it right now. They're the best in the game. And then also, I play on the defensive side of the ball. You know what I mean? So even though we're on the same team, he's really kind of watching me from afar. That means that he was paying attention to what I was doing, and he understood what I was doing. Like I was saying, when you playing all of the different positions that I was playing, and I don't, not to pat myself on the back, but you got to be a real dude. So you talked about Jalen doing all that stuff. Jalen, he's a real dude. You know what I mean? So I certainly appreciate that, man. Coming from A-Rod, that's high praise. And for me, I feel like when I went out there onto the field, I was always trying to make a statement. I always wanted to be the best person on the field. When that film was on, or if you were watching the game, I needed you to see me, And so I felt like A-Rod saw me.
Is there a defensive player, whether you played against, whether you grew up watching, whether someone you're seeing on the field now, who you would say, I would pay to see that guy play 16 games a year?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of guys, a couple former guys that are in the Hall of Fame, and I let these guys know it all the time. But Ed Reed and Ray Lewis, those guys played on the same team. Those are guys, man, that while I was playing, if they were playing on Monday night, or they when we didn't have a game or we had a bye and they were on, I was checking those guys out, man, because I just loved the way they play the game. Ed, of course. For me, I love anybody that can get the football. That's my deal. And then Ray is just Ray. He was the that linebacker that you watch. That when we talk about linebackers, now being sideline to sideline and tenacious and have that leadership quality. Ray was the guy. I think now, man, Aaron Donald is like. I feel like I'm an artist, dude. To be honest, to watch the way he plays the game, the fact that, teams, you can't block him. It's funny to watch games and watch how many times you see, them commit, two players to try to keep him from getting to the backfield, and he still ends up, using his hands to knife through guys and still make the sack. To have as many sacks as he's had, from the interior line, to me, he's the, when you think about, go back to another Hall of Famer I mentioned earlier, Warren Sapp, he would be another guy. Like he's that player. You know what I mean? So those are guys, man, that I cough that money up quick, man, and say, hey, we gotta go see this guy play.
But who are some of the current players you think are on that track to join you one day in football immortality?
I mentioned one, Aaron Donald. He'll be one. Aaron Rodgers is going to be in there.
You could throw Tom in there.
Yeah. Well, Tom, that's far going conclusion. I say a guy like Bobby Wagner, Ben Roethlisberger, he'll get in. Yeah, sure. Those guys there, man, they're going to be,
Hey, what about DB?
Sherman will get in. Sherman will get in there. If Jalen continues on his track, the way he's playing, continue to do all of the things that he's doing on the football field. Got to get some more takeaways. Got to take that ball away, man. Get the ball out. But he's a guy that certainly, if he has the longevity in the game, he'll be a guy that we'll be talking about down the road as well.